Hello, and we are on to our second video of the wonderful new format Explorer, and today I thought I'd play around a bit with Bolus's Citadel. So what we have here is a deck of cards that really like Bolus's Citadel. It helps us ramp. We have Llanowar Elves, we have Prosperous Innkeeper, we have Eldritch Rejuvenator, even Priest of Forgotten Gods and Old Rustine can help with it to get our way to the Citadel. And if that fails, or we fail to draw a Citadel, we'll probably have a Storm the Festival in hand that we can use to get more permanents. We have a decent amount of Black Devotion in our cards with Priest of the Forgotten Gods, Old Rustine, Braska, Ravenous Tubes, and Grey Merchant, which can also be fetched by Storm the Festival, to also hit our opponent pretty hard with the Grey Merchant. In terms of removal, we are pretty light. We do have Priest of the Forgotten Gods can use this ability fairly frequently in this deck, because we have a lot of ETB triggers that we don't necessarily need, although we do like to keep Prosperous Innkeeper so that Bolus's Citadel can go a lot further. But with a Bloom Commander is really a nice card in this deck because it allows us to almost every ability on this is relevant during some games. We usually can get just a land out of it. We can destroy small permanents, which is often more like non-creature, non-land permanents with CMC2 or less is quite frequent. And losing the 2 life and gaining 2 life means we can basically keep going when we have Bolus's Citadel. This is the art of the deck, is making sure that you can basically go through a lot of your deck using Bolus's Citadel to get yourself to something like Grey Merchant with a bunch of devotion, or just sacrifice 10 permanents and go in for the win. So, the only alteration I am going to make, looking at the deck now, is I am going to take away a few lands and replace them with Fabled Passage, as this allows us some shuffles when we have the Citadel, and it's only just coming to me now after playing this deck a fair amount of times. It's quite fun. It's it's not the most competitive deck, but I always find Bolus's Citadel a really fun deck card to play. And again, probably more optimizations could be made here, but Storm Festival, Bolus's Citadel, bunch of cool 5-drops, 3-drops of ETBs. Let's take it to a few games. So we have our first game against Jokebook here. So I quite like this, as it means we have the Treasure, the Old Rustine. We just need to make our way to one of our finishes. So we will start with this, and we can go Fabled Passage into Necroblow, Lost and Snarl, into Overgrown Tomb for our lands. And we have nothing that we want to do in turn 1 anyway, so that's quite good. It's quite nice being on the play here as well, because it means that if you do ramp towards one of your big threats, that you can get it down nice and quick before they can react. Although the Goblin Sleeves do make me very concerned that, yep, we're against a Goblin deck, aren't we? No, okay, it turns out we're not. Of course, this isn't Historic, this is Explorer. So that does mean that we are very unlikely to face a Goblin's deck, being that most of the key cards aren't in Explorer at this point in time. And it's very unlikely that Muxus is ever going to be released in a standard set, and also cause chaos to the Explorer format like it has with Historic in the past, at least. I don't know, I've not seen Historic Goblins for a while. I'm sure it's still a thing, as it is a ridiculous deck that, you know what, is probably worth... It's fun, let's face it, it's very fun. So they're on the sacrifice deck here. They get the land that they might have been looking for. Either way, they're stuck in red now, so they're not doing black cards this turn. Wouldn't mind them sacrificing that blood token, to be honest, but Old Rustine will enable us to hopefully get some stuff going. And there's the Citadel, fantastic. So hopefully, if we get Treasure, if we mill a land in the next 2 turns, it means we can just go straight into Bolus's Citadel. If we do it twice, it means we get to do Bolus's Citadel and cast our land drop off of Bolus's Citadel. So let's hope for a double land of the mill with Old Rustine here. And it's also just a fairly good blocker, being a 1-4, but we do fold fairly badly to the, why can I never remember the name of it? The free sacrifice deal, the sacrifice pinger thing. So let's see how that goes, but we also want to keep this Prosperous Innkeeper around so that we can gain life off the creatures and cards we play off of Bolus's Citadel. Looks like they're going to sacrifice... No! They're just going to kill Old Rustine. That is a bit disappointing, because that means we are a lot further away from Bolus's Citadel. But, yeah, life goes on. We still have this 1 treasure, so we're not far off casting it. If we get a Prosperous Innkeeper or another Rustine next turn, then we're probably laughing. But we'll see how we go. We don't want to play with Gary next turn, so it might just be a bit of a lame turn. And if they play their 3-drop Wildfire Devils, not Wildfire Devils, I always think it's Wildfire Devil. It's a card that I've barely ever played. Mayhem Devil. That's it. That's right. Yeah. We're in trouble. We're in trouble. Because when we sacrifice our treasures, they can kill a bunch of our stuff. Or they could just sacrifice their synthesizer. Let's see how this turns out anyway. Maybe we just kill the... yeah, this means getting rid of sacrifice fodder, right? So, kind of happy if that's what's happening. And we just have to hope Bolas the Citadel is really freaking good. And that we don't end up just going land, 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 land. Ravenous Chupacabra would obviously be amazing here. Yeah, okay, cool. They're going to ping us. They get to exile a card, draw another couple of cards, get a treasure token. Deadly Disputing a synthesizer is always pretty fun. I don't know, does that do until the end of your next... until the end of turn? So it's bad to do instant speed Deadly Dispute, I suppose, so not necessarily the best combo in the world, but still pretty tasty. And if they play this Anvil, yep, then we can deal with that with a Witherbloom command, should it come from the top of our deck. But here we go, let's start spinning some Citadel wheels. Cool, we got the Swamp. Let's see what we get. Could be terrible, could just go straight into nothingness, or a bunch of cards that we don't really care about, let's see. And they could just have an Abrade, but yes, Prosperous Innkeeper, that's very promising. Okay, less promising now. We've got the Fabled Passage though, so really want that coming off the top of our library on a turn where we want to shuffle, but hey ho. They might just... oh, they got to Fatal Push it. Fair enough. I mean, they could have just killed it with the ping, right? Oh, but they don't know that we have just a land on top of our library, so I can see why they did that. We can Gary next turn to get ourselves another 5. Which is good. As long as the Citadel sticks around, we're good. It's a pretty busted card. It is 10 non-land permanents we have to sacrifice, but we can get there. We just need to hope. So I did a historic version of this deck where Bolas the Citadel got us Frag Tusk, but it's also really good with Storm the Festival as long as you hit the right cards. The Cauldron Familiar, always a bit of a concern. Depends if they have the Cauldron as well. I don't really know, let's see. Or any food-based stuff, but surprised they're not doing more of their mana here. Okay, so we've got the Innkeeper, and we've got the Chupacabra. So I think we do risk it and go Chupacabra to kill this Mayhem Devil. And even if they kill the Prosperous Innkeeper here, which they could do... yeah, no, they don't seem to be doing that. We can at least gain a bunch of life back by paying a Gary. What's going on here? Sacrifice an artifact. So they need to sacrifice an artifact to do that. They could sacrifice the Anvil. Yep, they're going to sacrifice the Anvil to kill the Innkeeper, by the looks of things. But we are going to gain 7 life back, which will be a big deal. As long as they don't have a shock or something. They don't seem to, so we Gary. We'll play the Rejuvenator, which gets rid of the land on the top of our deck. We won't reveal the lands. Witherbloom command is a freebie here. We get to do this and this, so we get to kill the cat and deal 2 damage and gain 2 life. And maybe we stop there. Do we stop there? Yes, I think we do stop there, and we keep the shuffle from the Fabled Passage ready if we need it. So then we next turn we Gary pretty hard. We have 7 life. That needs... ooh, okay, we just win. We just win. I didn't think we'd turn that one around, but we did. Nice game 1. Cool. Let's move on to the next one. Okay, so we're on to game 2. I think this is also a keep. It's a bit slower, but I like the Witherbloom command, and I like the Priest of Forgotten Gods. Ravenous Chupacabra means we can deal with a late threat, so if we're dealing with angels, which we probably are from the looks of it, but that Llanowar Elf is going to make all the difference. If they... come on, just play something that's... yes, Lotus Cobra. Fantastic. Okay, so we're just going to kill that Lotus Cobra and get a card. So, yep, kill the Lotus Cobra. Get a land. Yep, Fabled Passage. I've never missed a land with this, so decent track record. Next time we can Chupacabra if they play a threat, which isn't unlikely. No, Beanstalk Giant. Okay, they're just going to ramp 2. Well, we might just play our 2 Priests of the Forgotten Gods, or even better, an Elvish Rejuvenator. So, how worried? We're not that worried about getting the right mana at this point. Especially, we want to save the Fabled Passages for when we bowl a Citadel. So then next turn we Fabled Passage and Storm the Festival, I suppose, which can get us some decent cards. Can just get some lands out of our deck if we need it to. Well, they're going for the Solemn, so they're ramping pretty hard here too. I wonder if they're doing Storm the Festival too, or Coco. What I like about Storm the Festival is it's not Coco. I don't know why, but I can't stand Coco. I don't want to play it. So I play this card instead, which, in this instance, hasn't done us a world of good, but we can at least play the Priest of Forgotten Gods, and that'll be 2 free. I think we get to recast Storm the Festival next turn, as long as we do our tapping right. We do tap Llanowar Elves, and sacrifice it with a Priest, and Storm the Festival. They get Felidar Retreat, which, yeah, not ideal. They can just sacrifice the Simulacrum. They might, let's see. Okay, they're going to create a creature, I suppose, and then give everything +1/+1, or they're going to make another cat. This is not something we want to see in our future. This is not something we can deal with. We can just hope they run out of lands, but that's never a good strategy. Right, okay, so we get to Storm the Festival again next turn, which is just fun. I love using this card. It'd be nicer if we had some better hits with it, I suppose. Everything here just kind of leads you up to the Bolas' Citadel. It's more of a card to play when you have the Citadel online, I think. So we'll get another land out of our deck. This time I think a green source. So 1, 6. Sorry, so that's 7, 8. Yeah, let's do this. Let's sacrifice 2 other permanents. We might get the Citadel off the draw here. It's unlikely, but it could happen. In which case, I think we still go Storm the Festival. We're going to sacrifice a creature, which will be a cat. Yep. Yeah, we didn't get the Citadel, but we can Storm again and just get 2 lands, which does suck. Right, okay. But we're now down to how many lands in our deck? 13. So we're almost down to half land. Which means we can Gary pretty well. If they're going to boost the squad now, I think they're going to boost the squad now. But do we have enough? We have 9, 11, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. We only have the 9. We don't have the 11 here. So unless we do some serious... Okay, there it is. So we can Priest. Gain a life. Rejuvenator. Remove the land. We'll play the Fabled Passage for later use. Tubes is good, that gets rid of the Beanstalk Giant. Cool, that's fairly nice. And Fabled Passage, which we can crack to get another basic out of our deck. Old Restine, fairly fun. Ah, that's unfortunate. We are going to mill the Prosperous Innkeeper. But it doesn't matter, because there's a Gary. Hit them for 10. Sacrifice the Bug and the Rejuvenator. They sacrifice the Summon Solemn. But it's all over. I don't know if they know it yet, but it's all over. I guess we just Gary, but we could just see how carried away we could get with this. We'll decline. There we go. Okay, that's as far as we go. Hit them for another 10. And that's it. That's all. That's it. That's it. Awesome. Okay, we're on to our next game. Llanowar Elves and 2 Priests means that we could quite early just Storm the Festival, so I guess we do that. We'll reveal the forest and play the Llanowar Elves. What are they on? If they have any way to... Okay, that doesn't smell great for our Llanowar Elves at all, does it? But it also... We just need another creature. Okay, the burn. Not the best matchup for us. Well, Priest of the Forgotten Gods. They might just kill all our stuff. Maybe we found the weakness in the chain. If they just kill Priest, then we just get another Priest, so not the... Okay, another Soulscar. This looks concerning. We don't block, we never block, because they probably have some sort of spell that they can cast. Storm the Festival, what we really want is Chupacabra, I suppose. So, or maybe the block was... If they were going to kill it anyway, we should have just blocked, I suppose, but hindsight's 2020. They could kill both our things if we blocked with the Priest. So, yeah, no, it's good we didn't block. I don't mind it. We lose the Priest, we lose the Priest. They're thinking about it. They sure are thinking about it. Yeah, okay. At least that didn't do it for our struggle with the other Soulscar Mage, that's fine. Okay. Witherbloom Command, unfortunately not able to deal with the Soulscar Mages. But I think we just Priest. And then hopefully we get a creature or something so that we can Witherbloom Command and Storm the Festival, but they've got Ramunap Ruins, which they're scary. How many spells are they going to cast? One? One. Okay, all is not lost. We're going to Chupacabra, kill one of these mages. And attack for one? Why not? The golden thing is to get them down to 10, really. If we get them down to 10, then Douglas and Citadel can finish them off. Or get some Garys. Some Garys would be good. Okay, so they're not attacking. Oh, there's a Gary. But we need to do both of these. So we get a land, they lose 2 life. Okay, there it is. There's the swamp. So we're ready to storm the festival. As long as we draw a land. Otherwise we can Gary plus 5, which isn't that bad. Could be better. But this is looking dangerous. Never feel comfortable against a red deck when you're storming the festival. But actually, as long as Priest survives, I think we let the attack in. As long as Priest survives, like, what's the worst case scenario here? Triple Shock would deal 6 to us plus 4 plus 4. So yeah, we can't die this turn. So I think we just go with it. They might want to kill the Chupacabra. If they kill the Chupacabra, they kill the Chupacabra. And yeah, that's fine. 6 damage. Come on, land. Yep, sure. Maybe we should play that pre-combat? Yes, we got the land. Okay. Well, let's just hope we get something decent from Storm. We've got our free green, we've got our free black, so we're not that fussed what we get here. Come on, Storm. Elvish Rejuvenator and Llanowar Elves. Okay, that's fine. Because then we can Fabled Passage. And if they try anything, we can just sacrifice both. We want to try and keep everything around for another turn so we can storm the festival a second time. Okay, Chandra's fine, right? It does 1 damage to 1 target player or planeswalker, so that's 1 damage to us.
You're lucky this is a warning shot.
Okay. Not looking great. But we do get to do the double block and Priest them back. Which means they have to sacrifice something, which is, yeah, that's fine. So, how are we doing? We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So, as long as we crack the Fabled Passage, we might vaguely have a chance here. Because we can with the Bloom command, get rid of the etching of Kunama. So do this. Wait. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So we do want to get them. We want to get rid of the thing for sure. Whether we want to mill or not, or just gain the life. I think we mill. So we mill and destroy this. Get back a Fabled Passage. And then we can Gary them for 4 free. Kind of rubbish. That does mean if we get a Llanowar Elves, if we don't block here, we do Llanowar Elves. What's this -7? We just do 1. Ishino does another 2.
I'd love to.
And then they could, well, they can sack Raman soon, right? So maybe the double block is the way to go. They could just kill the priest, how annoying. If they do, that's a burn spell out of their hand though, so worse things would have happened. Okay. So what draw gets out of this? I think Chupacabra, or just the Citadel, I suppose. Let's see. Land. More land. Okay. So now we just need to block Bone Crusher, and I hope they don't play a land. We have to hope a lot of things don't happen here. I don't know what draw means that we're fine. I think they want Kamano faces Kazakhstan. Okay, they've exiled a mountain.
I'll follow our hearts.
Are we okay? Are we okay? Oh my goodness, I think we're okay. I think this might be the jammiest win ever. Yeah, it looks like it. Okay, so we play the land off of the top. Reveal the Overgrown Tomb, so we have Storm the Festival ready. So now we have to use Storm the Festival because we only have another land on top. We'll get Vraska and Elvish Rejuvenator. Elvish Rejuvenator gets us back the Glade. We can't afford to cast Chupacabra, so we're going to have to kill the giant. Boom.
I haven't forgotten how to do
And then,
things.
yeah. End turn. We're not good. We're not good. We're not good. We're not good. We're not feeling safe. We're not feeling safe in the slightest. That's a red card. That's a Gitu Lava Runner. But they could just... If they do Den, that means it's just free damage. Just free damage. We can't play Gary's anymore. Okay, no, it's just 2 damage. But we have to... Maybe we can deal with Viashino? No. We can deal with Viashino. Nah, we're screwed. We're absolutely screwed. Llanowar Elves. There is nothing we can cast off the top that's going to help us now. Like... we're down to 1. I think. They can just... Oh no. Top 7 cards, make cards, red spells, X damage enemy, yeah. Yeah, they've done it. They've done it. Good game. Close? Maybe not. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Yep, they just need to play a couple of the Commando faces Kazakhstan, which have won me games before. I have been my opponent at 1 and then played one of these and it's been great, so... Yeah, they're just not... They're not killing us. Okay. Go on. Win with the jars. Win with the jars. Win with the jar. Go on. The ceremonial jar should be the way you go, yeah. Okay. Lovely. Good game. And I'm not even sad. That was good. That was good. Cool. On to the next one, I suppose. Okay, we're on to game number 4? 3? 4? 3? I don't know, one of them. It's too hot. It's too hot. It's one of the hottest days in Britain right now. 2 days in a row. So Llanowar can get us Older Rustine. We can play Prosperous Innkeeper. We have a decent... We basically have... We want to get Older Rustine down early, see if we can get treasure off of it. So we'll do that. And there's another land, so we're basically guaranteed to play Storm the Festival. On turn 4, I think. So it's our arch nemesis, the frickin' Angels. So we'll go Old Rustine. Yep, that's a creature. Not quite the ticket. But we can play double Innkeeper next turn, which will gain us life, but they're going to play, yeah, that thing. It doesn't take much for them now to really take over. We get a land. We get another land. So we can definitely Prosperous Innkeeper twice. Which, you know, is a thing, I suppose. So what are they going to Skyclave? Probably the old Rustine, but this saves us turn, unless it's a Core Spirit, yeah, so it doesn't really do care. We don't really care about the things that it does. In terms of, yeah, we lost old Rustine. It's sad, but, you know, life goes on. I guess we play this tapped and hope some good hits. Those aren't great hits. Those are fine hits. We do gain a lot of life. And we have a decent amount of treasure. Now we now have 9. So if we draw a land next time, we can storm the festival again. And hopefully get our Chupacabras this time. But it's likely they've got... Oh no, not even an angel. What do they do? It's not angels, it's just good old-fashioned life gain. Could this just be good old-fashioned life gain? Okay, so we kill the Prosperous Innkeeper and try and get a land back. So target ourselves, kill that. We do lose the Citadel. But it does mean we can start hitting them with Gary. And look, we have more life than a life gain deck. Nice. Okay, cool. Won't be too proud of that for long though. It just takes one big angel, or a small angel, or a banishing light, I suppose. Did Gary? You don't want Gary to come back. That's not the, in my mind, the wisest move. That's big creatures. That's big creatures. So we'll storm the festival, as is the way with this deck. And it's trash. It's all trash. Look at this. It's all trash. So the luck factor is certainly a factor. So they can hit us for 12 at least. And we don't have another Storm the Festival, which, you know, is one of our key cards. But if our life total does get too low, it makes Bolas' Citadel a bit of a pain to use, so... maybe we just fin the deck. How many lands do we have? We have 15. Let's risk it. Let's take the Bolas. Okay, that's a start. That certainly is a start. That means we can kill one of these Valkyries for at least. Gain some life as well. And am I right in thinking that if we now Gary, they lose the buff? I think I am right in thinking that. I was, at least. No, this is 4. This puts them down to 27. Which isn't quite enough, but I think we want the devotion in case we get another Storm the Festival anyway. And we want the life. We're really hoping we draw a Bolas' Citadel sometime soon, which is now a 1 in, what percentage chance that's a... Oh! Why? Why, one wonders? But okay, we'll continue. So we're now against Calzi 14. It's kind of hard, isn't it? It's a bit rubbish. Doesn't really have any of the pieces, but it is good ramp. And we love good ramp, so let's you know, the early Witherbloom command has a chance of being good. I mean, it's always good. It's got backup plans, so you're always fine with Witherbloom command. It will always have something to do. Oh, they've got the Orb Sphinx. Okay, cool. So I guess that's Pathway Innkeeper. Hit you for 1. And if they have a board wipe, it's not the end of the world, which is what I quite like about the Innkeeper. I use it more as ramp than I do as is this a Croxa? No, it's a Forces. Okay, that's fine. I don't know what I'd take if I didn't know what I was playing against. But can we? We can't storm the festival next turn, so that's kind of. I guess Witherbloom Command is the more disruptive piece if they're playing the deck I think they're playing, which is probably the red-black sacrifice deck. This can deal with a 1/1 and kill the anvil. So yeah, that can be a 2-for-1. If you're in the right kind of town, then yeah, it can be a 2-for-1. Okay, nope, it's not going to be though, and we are dry on cards. Just going to hit them for 2, and then hit them for 2, and then hit them for 2 a bit more. Okay, so what do they got? This Croxo we don't really mind at this point. If it's more discard, don't really mind. Yep, they get the Witherbloom Command. It's gone. But if we draw and storm the festival or Bolas the Citadel, we are now laughing. So let's do that. Nope. Okay. Fabled Passage unused? Yeah, let's do that. It kind of looks like we're holding up Fatal Push that way. And we have got them down to 11, and they haven't done anything to us, apart from force us twice. So it looks like we've got Fatal Push. I like pretending I have Fatal Push. It's not in the deck, but that's also okay. So this means we probably will use Fabled Passage to cry at the fact that we have the card on top of our deck. Did we? Or was it just another land? That was a Chupacabra. Not too sad to see that go at this point. But more lands is not where we want to be, so let's just really, really cross our fingers now for something good to come along. At least... Yep, done. Cool. Okay, there it is. We'll play the land and storm the festival. And we get a Chupacabra and a Rejuvenator. So we get a very lamely kill this 1/1. And also get a land. Which means that we got 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2. We're 2 turns off storming the festival again. The flashback on this. I love making the flashback of this relevant. It's nice. Just ramping and ramping. And then getting to a point where you have like no lands in your deck because you've ramped so much. Okay, so they can let us have another turn. Every turn is a turn, so we will Priest. And Deathcap Glade. This doesn't mean that Bent End of the Bug Bar is a thing again, but we are playing with no hand. On the optimism that we then... Okay, yeah, sure. Fine. And I'm not too fussed if they want to den us. Or maybe I was. Yeah, I think they are going to den us here, right? Great card. Great card. It does just look like a mountain, but it's inside a mountain. Unlike most mountains where you are looking at the outside of the mountain. Or this mountain where there is not a mountain in sight. It is just someone's dungeon. Okay, come on. Come on. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. Nope, that's not where we want to be. So these are now blockers. But we at least very likely to get a land. You can whiff with these, of course, but nope. Okay. And at least... Please say... Yeah, of course we have basics. We've not even played a swamp yet, so... We still have a basic we can get with Fabled Passage. So do they have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 1, 2, 3, 4? So the Den comes out, makes another creature. Oh, we can kill Den. Let's kill Den. 1, 2, kill the Den. Boom. They might have a kill Elvish Rejuvenator card here, but I mean that was a pretty sad exchange. We both have 1/1s, and they have a 10. Right. This way, don't play this card. Okay, we'll keep going. How much do we lose next turn? We lose 3, 4, 5, 6. So we're going to be down to 2, which means that Bolas Citadel is no longer a draw that we want. And we're pretty far behind. Might be, if you were going to play this, it may be better to play Bolas Citadel with a much more controlling deck where you have board wipes. If Fumigate is a card at the moment, I don't know if it is, but if Fumigate's a card, then Fumigate's a card worth playing. anything that gains you life, along with like Kaya Giraffe. Kaya Giraffe would be fine. Wrong colors, but it'd still be fine. Okay, so we get the green. Let's get a swamp. Why not? And then we're going to storm the festival and hopefully get some relevant stuff. Chupacabra and Elvish Rejuvenate is enough? No, I don't think that's enough. We kill one of theirs, get a land. Oh yeah, because when their stuff dies, we lose life. So that is good game, unfortunately. But I hope that you have enjoyed our tour of the fun Bolas Explorer deck, which, yeah, that's it. That's it. I think we've lost. We get a land. Yeah, good game. Cool. As always, if you want to check out the deck list, it will be in the description below. And yeah, give it a go. It's fun. You might want to alter some stuff as well. I'm sure there is a much better Explorer Bolas deck out there, but we can't do Fractus because we're non-historic. So hey ho, right. Thank you all for watching. Subscribe if you like, and I will see you in a bit. Bye.